Hey folks, it's Frithgar here, how you doing? I have come back with the cramp on our brand new Tatra Phoenix truck, and we're going to load up the wheat that we've got in storage and we're going to rush it off and sell it. At the moment, the sale prices are, let's take a quick look, 657 and rising at Maplefield Mill. So that's the one that we're going to go to and see if we can sell it there. Or I don't know if that's and rising or if it just means it's better than average or something. But anyway, we're going to sell this lot over there at Maplefield Mill, although we do have to unload it into the train first. I've got the Challenger still working up in field up at the top, who is busy doing all the ploughing. And my question for this week is, I am going to be doing a week forestry at some point. I'm not quite sure when, but I will be doing a load of forestry, and when I do, I'm going to hire a Ponzi Scorpion. I'm just going to lease it while we cut down a load of trees, and I'm going to chop down a load of trees. I'll probably use it in a couple of fields just to make some of the areas a little bit bigger, and then maybe somewhere else in a bit of forestry, something like that. I'm not quite sure yet, I haven't decided. But when I do that, do you want me to only pick up and collect the logs through conventional in-game methods such as the buffalo and using grabs and stuff like that, or are you happy for me to use a auto-load trailer? If you are, I believe there is now one available, an auto-load log trailer. If you're happy for me to use one of those, then head into the comment section, let us know what you're thinking and why, and of course don't forget to actually vote. It's your vote, it's your game. And there should have been a little card come up in the side up there by now, and if there hasn't, it's probably because I forgot to put it in. It does happen from time to time. So yeah, we'll go and sell this wheat over here, and I was actually looking at the trees around here, wondering if I should try and chop some of these down when I actually do my forestry, but I don't think I will. I'll probably go up towards field 1, because there's some big patches of trees up there that can like free up a whole load of space on some of the on the grass and that up there, that then we could do a load of mowing and stuff like that later on. But we'll get to that. It's right now we don't need to worry about it too much. It's just whether or not you want me to be able to use the auto-load log trailer. I'm kind of hoping that you say yes, but it's not going to be the end of the world if you don't, because I now have some other options that don't involve me using the crane arms on those horrible trailers. I really hate using the crane arms to pick up the logs. I don't like the way that the physics work, and they just really, really frustrate me. I mean, really frustrate me. It's probably the one part of this game that annoys me more than anything else, is trying to use I'm stuck. Okay, let's try going forward a little bit. The thing with the trailer now is it doesn't just close, it waits until the conveyor belt has reversed all the way round and then it does it. So we'll leave that one there. I don't want this train, I want the next train over. And this is going to take us all the way over to Maplefield Mill after we've loaded it up. You don't have to use, because you've got a couple, it's a bit difficult to see. When you're in the train, you can't sort of zoom back, well, he says, zooming all the way to the back of the train. Yeah, you can sort of see it a little bit. You've got the one at the front, that one takes over 100,000, I think it's about 120,000. And then you've got this one back here that takes wheat. And then you've got this one back here with a sugar beet picture on the side. Now, I don't know if you can put root crops into all of them or not. Or if there's a limit. And I also don't know if you can tip the other in here, can you? So we could put, let's try, yeah, so we can put wheat into this one. The other thing I'd like to find out at some point is whether you can put root crops into the one with the wheat symbol on the side, if it let you do the same there. I'm kind of guessing it probably will. I don't think it would stop you from being able to do that. That's something that maybe we could find out at some point. So we'll just finish filling this one up. And there's a couple things that I'd like to buy. We do have enough money to get it. One is I would like to get a robot for cleaning the sheep. And then the other is I would like to get I'd like to get some cows, to be honest. I think cows would be really good, be a fantastic addition, especially considering that everybody told me that I need to get cows, so it's probably ought to feature fairly highly on my list of things to get. But yeah, aside from the cows, we want to get a robot installed over there, and I'll do that as soon as I can. I've actually got the stayer up at the dealership ready, and we can use that to carry the robot down and install it over there. And I'd also then like to buy a little bit of fertilizer, because we've run out back at the yard. So we're going to need a bit of fertilizer. I don't want to spend too much on fertilizer at the moment, because I'm a little bit concerned that we're going to eat into all of our money that I would like to use for purchasing other things, namely cows. Now that we've got field 6 planted with grass up there, I think that we can go and get our cows immediately. We're going to be planting barley in field 1, so the whole of field 1 is going to be filled with barley, and then we can do all the straw up there. We're going to have loads of straw. We've already got straw down there for the cattle, so we can put barley in for the straw rather in for the cattle, and we've got the beginnings of being able to make the total mixed ration. Although we can't do that yet because we're going to need silage. Now, I want to sell. How much are we going to get? 658. Is that? It was 657 last time, wasn't it? I don't know. I can't remember now. That button there. How much do we get for 50? I think it's about 40,000, is it? Maybe a bit less? Okay, 35,000. That's not too bad. So, let's head back to the train yard. If I press this one, is it going to keep driving? No, it's not. So let's build up a little bit of speed. Then we can take a look. I want to see how much that that thing is. The robot. The Lely Juno 150, is it? And we need to look into animals and come through to the mods. Lely Juno 150. Good guess. $12,000 for that one. And then we also need the placeable, which is the charging station. I want to come through here and there. That one's 120. Right, that one's quite cheap. So $12,000 for that, and then we're looking at some pallets of fertilizer. Those are 1,600 each, and it's for 1,000 liters. I'm gonna want 10. I think 10 tons of fertilizer would be about right. So I'm gonna need 12,000 for one and 16,000 here. So we're looking at nearly 30,000, which is gonna leave 50,000 for cattle. They're $5,000 each, so we can get 10 cows. Just 10. Oops. Right, slow down, stop. I'm going to stop this train, and I'm going to back it up, and then I'll take the lorry back to the truck, rather. This is the States. Truck, not lorry. I will take it back to the yard, and no, I won't. I'll take it up to the dealership, and we can see about loading it up with the stayer. I'm just buying everything that we need. And the last one that I want to buy is the charging station. That actually, because obviously you can't charge things in this game, it doesn't work like an electronic battery. So what it does is it actually just offsets the cost of maintenance for the cleaner, for the robot. And I think that's kind of a good offset. I think it's like a good match. Why is it stuck in the middle of the screen and not... I don't know why it's doing it. I don't like it. So let's bring that one around. Try doing that maybe. I want to try and get it in the right position. I think that's probably okay where it is. Bring that. Yeah, that'll do fine. So let's put that there. Oh, now it doesn't like it. Come back a little bit. That's too far. Too far. There. Okay, let's go for there. Click. There we go. Right. It's not perfectly straight. I think it'll be fine. I think we can live with that. So there's our charging station, and we're going to put our robot up here in a little while. We'll bring that one down. Let me come out of there and out of there. And right, so I've got 10 pallets of these. I've also got a Lely Juno there. Let me hop into this one a minute, start it up, and just back it up out the way. And then we can use the tractor and trailer there, the tractor and fertilizer spinner and the front loader and everything to load up all of this fertilizer. Can I put 2 pallets onto this tractor? I can't remember. I don't know if this tractor can handle 2 pallets at once. I've got a feeling I don't even know if it's going to be able to lift them high enough to put them onto that tractor, onto the into the trailer anyway. And I am tempted to just load a few into this fertilizer spinner right now to save me having to go back to the yard to load them up. I might do that. So let's squeeze these up here a minute, like that. And then try and back out. There we go. And I'm going to just manually load it in like this. No, I need to go a bit closer. 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 I keep pressing... R should be the fill button, isn't it? Isn't it? R? Maybe I need to change... Oops. There. Refill fertilizer spreader, press R. Right. R. Now it's working. It wasn't working just now. I kept pressing the button. It didn't work. I don't know why, but it decided it didn't like it. So, yeah, you just sit up beside it and let it load up like that. It does take a little while. And we'll put another one in as well. Is that close enough? Yeah, that's close enough. And then we'll stick 8 of them into the truck, into the trailer there. And we'll run those back to the yard and tip them into our easy fill point. And then this one can run up to the field up the other end. Close that one up. No, it doesn't like that. It wants to stay open. I could put another one in, actually, because this fertilizer spinner does take 4 tons, and I do need quite a bit up the other end. I am going to need... well, probably enough. I do want to do at least a couple of coats up there. I think we've done 1 coat. The Amazon will do another coat, because it's obviously got the fertilizer in it. Let's just have a look. How much fertilizer have we got on the field up there? Growth, so we got no fertilizer up here at all. Busy ploughing. We've got 1 coat in there, which means we're going to need to do 2 lots. Once we finish ploughing, we're going to fertilize with this one. Then we'll get started on cultivating, and as soon as the cultivating is done, we will dump more fertilizer on the field, and then finally, yeah, we could just reach. It's not easy though. I think that 2.5 tons might be enough. I think it will be. I'm going to take a risk, and I'm going to assume that it is enough, and I'm going to stick these other 6 pallets of fertilizer in here. And then I've got to actually get that Lady Juno over to the other place, to the sheep. But I can't take my pallet forks with me if I'm doing that. I didn't think this through, did I? I think you can pick it up on the back of the tractor, but again, that's no good because I have a fertilizer spinner on the back of my tractor. You see where I'm going wrong? All these things I should have thought about before I started. Oh well. It does. I think it just means that we're going to have to do a little bit of running around. It wasn't part of the original master plan, but is now part of the new master plan. I'll dump these in here quickly, and then when I'm done, we can go and set up the Juno over at the sheep. I've already shown you that a couple of times over in Sosnovka, so it's nothing that you haven't seen before. So I will rush through it a lot quicker than I did last time. And then we can get up to field 1 and see what's going on up there. And we're going to need to buy the cattle as well. When am I going to do that? I will buy cattle at some point. It might not be today, though. I found the perfect way to carry it. I didn't actually realise that you could put these things on 3-point linkage as well. So there we go. I don't have to do a lot of running around. I've got the whole thing right here. And I need to slow down because we need to go in here. We get this one over to the sheep. We've actually got hardly anything in the sheep, so we need to put grass in for them, we need to put the water in for them. We'll set this one up, and then we can get up to the field up at the top. Actually no, first we're going to take our fertilizer back to the yard and we're going to tip it out into our storage there. Then we can get up to the top and take a look at how things are going up there, and possibly get started on cultivating up there. I'm not sure how long. I'd like to get that started and get it well underway. We're going to plant barley up there. I think I said that already, but just in case I didn't, I am wanting to put barley up there. We've just done wheat. I don't think we've done barley for a while, so we will do that. And right, unhitch and dump it unceremoniously onto the ground. I'm going to need to just tip this. Right, well, first of all, I need to just move this one out the way, don't I? So let me hop into here and close that lid down like that. Start it up, and then I'm going to drive. Actually, let's put the grass in. I can do that at least. And then I've got to figure out what sort of depth I'm going to set this one to. So if I go flying along here, this will return this down to 0% on to 100% on cleanliness. Just come over. Why has it just done that? Let me go back. Animals. Right. Cleanliness 100%. I don't believe you. Look at all this grass. This is an absolute disgrace. Now, I don't know. I'm not really sure what's going on with this, because it sort of looks like there are excessive amounts of grass. I'm wondering if maybe when I turned just there, I actually took it out of the feeding trough and dumped it back onto the ground. Let's try that again. Come over here. Like that. No, it didn't do it that time. Right, let me stop that one a second. And so we are 2,000. We've got 34 sheep. I am going to be increasing the number of sheep, but it's going to take a little while. It does take time for all of these things to accumulate. And sometimes time is sort of on our side. Like with the time-lapse series, time is a very easy thing to deal with because I've got loads of it. I do 6 hours of recording for every episode, and in that 6 hours a lot can happen. If I don't have anything particularly exciting to do at that particular moment in time, I just fast forward time for a while, and we see the animals increasing, and then we carry on and go about our business, sort of thing. But here in a Let's Play, it's a little bit different. I can't sort of manipulate time as much as I do in a time-lapse series, and not only that, we don't have as much time to do certain jobs. I mean, I can spend 6 hours working on a job in the time-lapse series, but I can't spend 6 hours working on a job on here because, one, it gets really boring, and then two, I'm sort of then having to do it off-screen, but at the same time, if I do too much off-screen, I run out of time. I physically can't fit it all in. So there's varying factors which sort of affect what you can and can't do in a Let's Play compared to a standard one, to a time-lapse one. I said standard, I said time-lapse. It does make a significant difference to how the gameplay can kind of play out, I think. You can't sort of do things on as big a scale as you can in the time-lapse series. So I've had people saying, I should do 10 or 20 hours working on something. I just can't do that because I don't have time to do it off screen, and nobody wants to sit and watch that kind of stuff on screen either. So yeah, I'd like to build up to, because I had someone suggesting that we should get 300 sheep. That's all well and good, but that's going to require a huge amount of time and effort off screen in order to be able to achieve that target. And yes, I really would like to get that kind of number, but where am I going to get the money from to do it? Maybe when we move on from here, I am planning to take all the money that we earn from this Let's Play and pump it straight into the next one. So the next one we could start off with 400 sheep and some really good gear and stuff like that. And that's actually today's topic of conversation. Brings me on nicely round to that. The topic of conversation today is when I do eventually move on in another 50 plus episodes. It's going to be about 55. So I'm still intending to do that 100 episodes that I was originally talking about on this map. That is what is going to happen. I'm going to do 100 plus episodes on this map. When I do eventually reach episode 100 and I move on to a different map, how much of what we've earned do you want me to take with me? Because by that time, we'll have had double the amount of time that we've already invested into it. I'll have done a few more missions. We will have accumulated a load of animals. Do you want me to take the numbers of animals I've got with me, sell all the machinery, and sort of take field values and stuff like that? So that basically we start the next map with, say, 200 of each animal plus, At a wild guess, I'd say 200 of each animal plus, say, $5 million to start the next map with, and sort of take it from there. I really should have checked before I threw myself out onto the road then. Bad things can happen when you do things like that. And, yeah, so how much do you think I should take with me? Do you think I should do... Because in real life, if a farmer sells his farm, he moves on to the new farm, he'll take his animals and his machinery with him, and he'll obviously take any money with him as well. If he's moving a long distance, he sells everything and then moves to the new place and then buys stuff. So you got all that money. So we could be in a position where realistically we're looking at, because we're going to go from a big farm here to a small farm, we could have $5 million in cash as well as a whole load of animals. And if we move abroad, if we move to a European... any kind of European map rather than a US-based map, then we'd sell all the animals as well. We could be looking at $7 or $8 million Do you think that's too much to start a Let's Play series? I know some of you have said you don't like the first episodes in the Let's Play series because they're always the same. You're always trying desperately to get a little scrabbling around trying to get money. You'd like to sort of move things on pretty quickly. So I feel that could be an interesting topic of conversation for today. So head into the comment section, let us know your thoughts on the subject, and you know, whether you think we should take anything with us or not at all. And I look forward to reading all the comments. I really do enjoy reading the comments. I enjoy reading your views on different things. When I'm asking about how different things are done or pronounced or said, or words you've got for things all around the world, I sometimes forget to talk about it in a follow-on video. However, I haven't forgotten about it, and I have read the comments. I read all of them. And I also read the ones that aren't in English. I don't always able to do it, but I'll have a Google Translate box open in one screen, because my computer setup, I've got 4 monitors in a group, so I play on one monitor and then I use the others for referencing and so on, and then when I'm editing and stuff like that, I can put all sorts of different things into different screens. It makes it easy. So when I'm looking at comments, I can have Google Translate open in one screen and the YouTube comments section open in another screen, and I just highlight the comment that isn't in English, drop it into Google Translate, and there we go, I can understand what you're saying. Which is why some people have asked me, Frith, how many languages can you speak? I can only speak one language. I can speak English. Anything else you see on there, that's Google Translate, not me. Right, I'm going to... The ploughing's actually nearly finished. He's doing really well up here. Yeah, I'm going to go back and get that Tatra Phoenix, and I'm going to run it back to the yard, and then we'll come back up here and take a look at things. I really, really do like this Tatra Phoenix. This is an awesome truck. There is no denying that. Just trying it in cab a little bit, just to see what it's like. I do get the occasional request to do in-cab driving, and I gotta be honest, I was quite surprised that I don't get more of these requests, because I know that you guys like realism and driving from in-cab is quite realistic, but I've actually had several people stating that they don't like in-cab driving. A few of them just because, you know, it sort of creates a bit of motion sickness, and most of the rest of the reasons for not liking the in-cab driving are simply because you don't get to see the machinery as much. So there are a few, and this did surprise me because I do watch Daggerwin's channel from time to time. I admit I watch it less now than I used to, purely because I don't have the time to watch it. But he's like the big channel in Farming Simulator, and I do enjoy watching his videos. But I noticed that a lot of the comments on his page, people are always asking him to do in-cab driving. You know, that is something that they really, really want him to do all the time. But, you know, because it's more realistic and so on. And so I am quite surprised about the number of people that have asked me specifically not to do very much in-cab driving, and to keep it like I do with small bits of in-cab driving, just, you know, to sort of see what it's like, but generally stay out of cabs. So yeah, I'd love to hear your views on that one. I'm going to leave the cover on this one for now so that it doesn't fill up. This is a bit of an issue though. If you leave the cover on and it rains, then the rain sits on the cover and it pulls it down and it stretches it. If you leave the cover off, it fills the trailer up with water. You know what? We should actually, if we're going to do this right, we need to turn it round. So I'm going to do this right. We're going to turn it round so that then it's pointing downhill, and it's not a watertight seal on the back of the trailer. The grain won't get through, but the water will slowly leak out. So if we do it that way round, it's still pointing slightly downhill because the rear trailer wheels are lower. Do you want to move it up a bit? Any further? Where am I going to... Right, there. Now it's pointing downhill. So that, actually, there would be a good place to leave it. I don't really like leaving it there. I'm not happy about this. Well, we'll leave it like that for now, but, you know, I just want to officially say that I'm not happy about having to leave it like this. It feels untidy leaving it like that. And also, it's going to fill up with pine... No, we can't do this, can we? It's going to fill up with pine needles. Right, I'm just talking about realism, and I'm parking it under a tree with the cover off so that the trailer fills up with pine needles. Maybe it'd be better if we just put it under cover. Let's try that. Well, we're actually running out of time now. I'm going to nip up in a minute and we're going to see how the plough is getting on. I did just check on him just now and he's doing grand. He's nearly finished. I think tomorrow we will actually enlarge that field up there. And I was thinking of enlarging field 6 as well, but I'm not so sure about that. So, but anyway, we'll get to that. Right, so now that I'm under cover, I will leave the cover on because it's less likely to get a load of water sitting on it. But doing this will stop the birds from leaving a load of mess in there for when they're sitting up in the rafters. So that is, I think, a much better solution to our problem. So we'll park up there and I'll get up to the top. Well, he says he's going to get up to the top, but I actually forgot completely to set this one going. So I'm going to set this one going first. And all we need to do is just, remember, we just line it up sort of roughly straight like that. And I press H. Now I'll press F1 and I'll see... Right, how far is it going to go? Right, that's not far enough. So I needed to go a bit further than that. If I press H and stop him here, change angle is, at the moment, it's 500. So if I press Y, that goes 750. I press it again, it goes to 1,000. I think that would probably be about right. So now if I press H, it's going to go roughly double what it was before. It was stopping about there. It should come just past the end of the trough. Perfect. Right. Now I will get up to the top now that we've actually got our cleaning robot in progress. That's not bad for timing. I don't think that's bad for timing at all. We're coming up the very last line on this field. It's ploughing up those few little bits of potatoes that are left on the edge. I think we can do one plough width all the way around this field. And then, well, see, that bit there, we're not really going to be able to fit the roller in. But if we do it right using the GPS, we're not going to need to. I don't think that's going to be an issue. Yeah, anyway. My question for this week is I'm planning to do some forestry at some point. I don't quite know when yet. But when I do, would you like me to use an auto-load trailer? Would you be happy for me to use an auto-load logging trailer so that we can just pull up alongside the logs and then they automatically get lifted up and dropped into the trailer for us to save us having to mess around with it? Or would you prefer that I didn't use one of those? Now, I'm not guaranteeing that I will. I might not be able to find a suitable mod, but I believe there is one out now, so I will try to, if I can, when I eventually get to the forestry stuff. But for now, I just want to get your feelings on the subject. So, are you happy for me to use an auto-load logging trailer? Yes or no? It's your vote. It's your game. Head into the comment section down below and let us know what you think. And also don't forget to actually vote. You just mouse over in the top right hand corner, there should be a little white circle, click on that one and you can cast your vote. So I reckon if we were to do 2 passes along the top here, we'll sort of take it back a little bit. It's going to eat into a lot of this grass. I was actually thinking that, you know, we'd use some of this grass. If we come out 1 width, what's it going to be like? It's going to start making it quite rough actually. It is going to make the field rough, and I'm sort of thinking that, you know, we could use a lot of this grass here. We could actually just mow it. So maybe we won't do that. Maybe we'll just sort of start it from here. I'll just do 1 plough width down that side, and I'll also do the same down here, because 1 plough width down here is going to be fine. We're not going to need any more than that. And then also across the road. Now this is only really valid if I choose to keep this one as a grass field. And what I was thinking is I would plough up these little strips here, kind of like what I did in the time-lapse. Plough up and then seed with grass. This little bit here, go along there and then I come back this way like this. And then seed it with grass, so that you've got basically this barren patch turned into something a bit productive. Because at the moment it doesn't do anything, it's just wasted ground. But that would I really only want to do that if I'm going to keep this field as a grass field, because if I'm not, I kind of want it to be a bit neater and tidier, and I don't want to kill off that much area as... Yeah, I don't know, but I will come to that one. I'll make a decision on that one, but I do think that in our next episode we're going to see about doing some fertilizer spreading on the field. We're going to enlarge the field here. We're going to need to go back and get the roller. I'll use the voucher over there. I'll nip back and get it. I want to get the cultivating underway. I've got all sorts of things that I want to do to this field before I can start buying cattle. Because as soon as I buy the cattle, obviously I've got to actually feed them and stuff like that, and I'm not ready to do that yet. So anyway, if you've enjoyed this episode, then please head down below and give us a like, and if you really enjoyed it, then please tell your friends all about me, get them to come and watch as well. That would be awesome. But until next time, thank you very much for watching. This is Frithgar, goodbye, and see you later.